Hello, everybody. Welcome to hashtag Mulled Wine Lads today. Woo! The Christmas special. Happy Christmas and Yule and all the Hanukkah and all the festive things. It's just festive time.
Yeah. Or is it Hanukkah? What's that other one? Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
We've missed Eid was a while back, wasn't it? I'm not good. I'm so bad at all the other holidays. I'm terrible. Sorry. Merry all of your holidays in or around this time. Merry holidays? It's fine.
Merry holidays. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. That's the
happy holidays.
That's the correct term these days. Fuck, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, we're drinking mulled wine today. We probably mentioned this before, or me and Cal just talk about it, or have been talking about it for a long time. So we love mulled wine. And
do indeed love mulled wine and love this season.
A podcast called hashtag WINELADS, so of course we're going to do some.
If you haven't worked that out by now,
bit of a
what are you doing here?
So,
are we just going straight in and drinking it? I was just about to take a sip, but we normally go through the steps, but it's mulled wine.
Give it a quick sniff.
Yeah, smells very mulled to me.
Smells mulled to me too. Let's go.
I'm not going to swell this because it's very.
Got a little bit. I'll swear a bit. I don't know if it'll matter. Oh, I do love a mulled wine.
I do. What mulled wine did you go for?
I went for the Tesco one in the little Tesco near us.
Yeah, that's the exact same one that
I was assuming it was. Yeah, it's all right. Did you know? I don't know a lot about mulled wines actually, despite drinking it every year. I've obviously retained no knowledge of them. It's only 5.5%. Is that normal for mulled wines?
I think so, yeah. But then you cook it up, so I imagine a lot of that burns away.
So it's basically non-alcoholic.
Well, I've had many mulled wines, and I feel nothing. But then again, I drink and I still feel nothing anyway. So
nothing inside.
Nothing. I sit here and I feel nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the goal, right? You drink it, or you drink the pain away.
Yeah, drink until we can't feel feelings anymore.
Exactly. Like, who was it? I can't remember who said it. It's probably someone like, I don't know, some famous drunk actor or something like that. I drink to forget. Problem is, I've forgotten why I started. Probably Dean Martin or someone.
or the great line. I'm going to say great. I, of course, am being sarcastic. The great line at the end of X-Men Origins Wolverine. Is like, oh. You drinking to forget, buddy? No, I'm drinking to remember.
Oh, that's a shit line.
Yeah,
that's awful.
And also, there's no logic behind it.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, I can't remember. I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they mentioned this line from a film. I really wish I could remember the name of the film. If I do remember, I'll put it in the description below or something. But there's like a character has the dumbest name ever. They call me Panic because I don't. The fuck does that mean?
Fucking hell.
That's the worst explanation of a name I've ever heard.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Yeah.
I'm also going to mention now that because I want to take a bite. I got me a little mince pie as well to get super festive, and I'm wearing my Christmas PlayStation jumper, which is off center. This is annoying.
Is it always off center?
Yeah, I think it is.
Fucking off center things.
Off center things. Yeah, I don't think it was part of the recording, but if it was or wasn't, I don't know. Before we started this, we were just talking about how Boomer can't get his hat on. With the writing in the center, and I have the exact same problem with my Destiny beanie. It's just I don't think it's possible. You show me someone who can get a beanie on with the logo or the writing on it. Center first time they're a liar.
I tried several times. It's just this took many goes. I'm gonna have a quick one shot.
I'll do it.
No looking. That's not bad. It's
not bad.
It's not center.
It's not dead center, no.
It's pretty close. That's the best I'll probably ever do. I'll have to leave this on forever now.
Yeah.
How's the mince pie?
I'm good. Good mince pie. You know what? I shouldn't speak with my mouth full. That's
people love eating on podcasts, I believe. I think that's everyone's favourite thing.
There's a thing.
Listen to the smack of the lips and mumbling sounds.
Well, it's an ASMR thing, isn't it? And there's that thing that YouTubers do called a mukbang, where they get food and then they eat food and talk about shite that doesn't matter. I guess. I guess like what? A mukbang
sounds like something else to me.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that is. There'll be probably no mukbanging on this podcast. I don't think. Although, actually, are you mukbanging now?
I guess this technically counts as a mukbang.
Oh, see. So
everybody do this.
Oh.
Is that lovely, everyone?
Right, so apparently I was wrong. There will in fact be mukbanging, and it won't be the last time there's mukbanging on here either, probably, because
hashtag WINELADS and mukbanging, baby. baby.
Right, so let's get on with the show then. So we thought we'd change things up a bit now, since this is the Christmas edition of hashtag WINELADS, hashtag Mulled WINELADS. We thought we would give you, we're always banging on about stuff we watch and listen to, and the odd tips and recommendations in there, but I thought today literally just recommendations. So you got a bunch of time off, hopefully you do, rather, over the Christmas period. So we thought we would give you some recommendations of shit to watch, listen, read, whatever we've each come up with. So we won't keep you too long, so do like three each. Three
each. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I don't, because we can't really pair the mulled wine with anything apart from Christmas, really.
Yeah, well, in that case, I'll go first because I've got a Christmas one. I did pick one Christmas one to pair.
I've got a Christmas one as well, so I'll do my Christmas one after you.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So you may have seen on the Instagram, I'm doing like a Christmas movie roulette with my wife. So we put 25 names in a Santa hat of movies. We've seen some and haven't seen others. We've got a big mixed bag, so like some are horror, some are straight up Christmas, some are fucking terrible cheesy comedies. It's just it's a mixed bag, or a mixed hat in this case. So I've picked one which it's in the hat. We haven't watched it yet, but I have seen it a few times. So I've actually got it on DVD here as well. So Rare Exports, A Christmas Tale. So this is one of my favorite Christmas films ever. I guess it's a Christmas horror film, so I'm a big fan of that subgenre of horror. And it's a Finnish film from should look this up beforehand. From a while back. It's not saying a date here. 2010. From 2010. Basically kicks off with a bunch of like miners excavating mountain in Finland, and inside it is Santa Claus, but Santa Claus is not the Santa we know of. He's basically a massive monster.
Oh, you've told me about this before.
Yeah, so it's an absolutely brilliant film. It's like got a great sense of humor to it, so it's quite funny as well. It's a little bit scary in little parts. It's just got this amazing tone to it, and yeah, highly recommend it. I've checked out, it is on Amazon Prime, so if anyone has Amazon Prime, you can watch it on there. Absolute fucking great film. Awesome. That's my recommendation number one.
Okay, so my recommendation number one is also a Christmas thing, and it comes with a story. There you go, you get 2 for bloody 1. How's that? So back when, and I can't remember the exact year, but if I tell you certain facts about this story and this memory that I have, you might be able to figure out yourselves. So back when I was in, it might have been early secondary school or late primary school. I remember there was one Christmas Eve, because my parents are divorced, so I used to go to my dad's on the weekend. It's not a problem. They get on really well. I ended up getting I basically get 2 lots of Christmas presents, or I did when I was a kid. So bonza for me. So there's one time where we had come back. I guess Christmas Eve must have been a Sunday, because we used to go to my dad's on either the Friday or the Saturday and come back on Sunday. And we got back, and my mum had recorded there was some little Christmassy shows that they had on Channel 4. as they often did on Christmas Eve, sort of around, I think they started about 6 o'clock, and there was like 3 in a row that were new for that year. And she thought that her boys, me and my 2 brothers, would really enjoy them. And the first one of these was a show called Olive the Other Reindeer. Now, this is an animated short. It's not like a Simpsons episode long, but it is like, it's maybe like 45 minutes. So it's like a long episode of something.
Okay.
And it is done by Matt Groening. It's something that he did for Christmas.
Oh, never heard it.
I think it's Cameron Diaz does the voice of Olive. I'm just going to quickly look that up, actually. I'm pretty sure it's Cameron Diaz. Olive the Reindeer. So it's from 1999. And actually, I think that might have been the year that it was, because that was the year that they started advertising Smallville was going to start on the 4th of January 2000 on Channel 4. Because I remember on the VHS, when Channel 4 went to the break, there was an advert for Smallville. And I think that started in Channel 4 on 2000. So this was 1999. Is it? Oh, it's Drew Barrymore, not Cameron Diaz. Drew Barrymore.
You prick.
Yeah, that's real bad. Was
that around like the height of Charlie's Angels fame, I suppose?
I guess so, yeah.
The second time round, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, it's about this little dog who hears one of the reindeers that Santa's a real thing, and she loves Christmas, and she hears a message on the radio that one of the reindeers is injured, and she hears Santa, and it's the same guy who plays Santa in everything. So you think of the guy who plays Santa in Elf. I'm pretty sure he does the voice of Santa in this as well. I can't think of the name.
Are they all the same person, or is it just they all look the same because they're dressed as Santa?
No, I looked it up. It's the same guy. He's like a typecast as Santa, yeah.
Wow, that's just literally seasonal work, I guess, then.
Well, yeah. But he basically, he turns around and he goes, "Oh, we'll have to make do with all of the other reindeer." But she thinks he says Olive the other reindeer. And then she goes on this quest to try and save Christmas by being the other reindeer. And she ends up helping. Well, I'm not going to spoil it.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah.
But it's something that I loved as a kid. And then from maybe bar a couple of years up until a few years ago, I used to watch every single Christmas Eve, even into my adulthood, because it was a nice little tradition that I had. I've stopped the last few years just because other stuff. Christmas Eve I go drinking now. I remember watching it one year with an ex-partner's like parents, and they all enjoyed it, and that was quite nice. We got to do it together. And there was one year I had to watch it early because I wasn't going to be able to do it on Christmas Eve, but then I ended up just stopping the tradition. But yeah, it's probably not for everyone. I really like it. I would still say I like it now. I would watch it now. But yeah, Olive the Other Reindeer. It's not long. I think it's on. I remember it being on Amazon Prime once. Whether it's still there now, I don't know. But it's available on DVD. I have the DVD downstairs, and my mum got it for me one year. It's like a stocking filler. And I was like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" She knows how much I love it. Yeah, that's my give that a go. That's my recommendation. It's a bit long-winded, but there you go.
It's such a nicer, more wholesome Christmas Eve thing than I did, because I used to like watch the League of Gentlemen Christmas special, which is fucking terrifying.
I used to. I'm such a Christmas kid. Probably helps that my birthday is the day afterwards, but it was just a time where it was just me and my family, and then as I got slightly older, my best mate would come over on Boxing Day. We'd all just hang out, and then I'd go to my dad's, and it would just be this day where I'd normally get video games. Video games would be my Christmas present, and I'd spend all day playing them, like with my brothers, or they'll be in the same room or something. I just have such fond memories of it, but trying to capture those memories again as you get older, you start to realize like you've got to find ways to make Christmas magical in different ways, and that's normally through the food, through eating, and just making sure you've got the right people around you, which is going to be a little bit hard this year because COVID's a fucking. I'm going to say cunt because I've said cunt on here before, it's fair. And it's a Christmas special.
COVID-19.
Yes.
For this episode. Yeah. No, that's pretty cool. I like that. Excellent. That's it. Normally, I think we did last year, or maybe the year before, maybe both. And I came to visit you on Christmas Day or Christmas night or something like that.
Yeah, it was Christmas Day evening, which is
always like popped over just to.
And that's what I'm talking about. Making things magical in a different way is. I mean, I still go to. I mean, I'm not going to this year, but because of obviously everything going on, go to my parents during the day. Have your standard Christmas meal, like a lot of people I'm sure do. Then come back home, and that's when friends come, hang out like you and Shell did last year. Have some drinks, watch some TV, play some Magna Darts.
Maybe we'll do. Magna Data. Yeah,
Magna Data.
Got to get them puns right.
Yeah. I mean, that's literally what it's called.
Zoom call or something like this, or something like that. I don't know. We'll fix something. Or do nothing. One of the two.
Or just be miserable.
Right. Recommendation number 2 for me. I'm going to give you an album this time because I was listening to it earlier on and I thought that would be a cool one to do. So, I'm going to give you this one, Run the Jewels 4. So the hip-hop duo Run the Jewels, or LP and Killer Mike, they're like I think they're the best thing that's happened to hip-hop since Public Enemy, or at least the best rap duo since Public Enemy. Probably in some ways they're better than a duo than Public Enemy because they're both excellent rappers, whereas Flavor Flav, like, I don't know, everyone loves him, but he's not really that good a rapper, if we're being brutally honest here. Sorry if that upsets you. That's the truth, though. He's not a great rapper. He's a personality. He's a hype man, anyway. He's not even... Chuck D fucking held all that down by himself, justified. Anyway, so, Run the Jewels 4. You can't quite see the colour on this. He's got a beautiful, like, hot pink colour on it as well, so it's like really... Really,
it looks red on my screen.
Yeah, so this is actually a pink one. It's got a really nice, cool picture on the inside of it as well. I got this. Cool. I got this when I was in Newcastle, and on the train back was like just reading like the inlay. So one of the things I love about buying physical things, especially vinyl, is that you can read. You got like it's a nice big picture thing. It's like a big old piece of art that you've got, especially when you got like a big fold out inlay like that. There's like excellent artwork on the inside as well. Just more of the same sort of things on there. But inside, it's incredibly detailed credits. So I love to read album credits. But on this one, it's just so fucking detailed. Well, it's got all the lyrics of each one and which one of the two rappers sings each one. But then it also has the like production credit written by, and then basically additional vocals, everything about each track individually. So that basically occupied my way back on from Newcastle, just sat on the train, just literally reading every word in it and just like going through. I just love doing stuff like that with records. But the reason I picked this one is because I'm picking this as my album of 2020. I think it's fucking great. Big Run the Jewels fan anyway. So, I was not surprised when it didn't disappoint. It's really good. They're also one of those like crossover bands where like, even if you're not into hip hop, loads of people fucking love them. Like when I went to see I think it's the last time I saw them in the Roundhouse in London a couple of years back. She took Shell with me for that one. I think because she was so bored of hearing me just bang on about how amazing they were live. Because quite often rappers aren't great live because there's not a lot for them to do. You know what I mean? There's just you got two rappers and a DJ, and then that's kind of it for a lot of shows. And sometimes that can be quite limiting. You don't actually get a good show out of it. But they managed to. There are some which pull it off really well. They are one of them, and they're fucking great live, absolutely great live act. And when we went there, you just see it's just filled with people that don't listen to rap music or don't listen to any of that sort of stuff, but they love Run the Jewels because they're like one of those bands that will get people into it. Kind of like how. Also, you get people who from all different like genres. Like you had loads of metalheads there, people who probably like pop music and all these. Every different kind of genre, everyone can find something and Run the Jewels. They're like one of those really. Like I say gateway bands, which will get people into it.
They're sort of on the line. They're sort of like, come this way, listen to us, and you can discover all of this.
Yeah, I just don't know what it is about them, other than being fucking great, that just like kind of sucks people into it. Because I mean, I think the Prodigy is a really good example of that, where people didn't necessarily like dance music or anything like that, but they love the Prodigy. Yeah. So you might not listen to anyone else in that genre, but but people love the Prodigy. Like they play like metal festivals and stuff like that. The Prodigy were welcome there. even though they're not a metal band and stuff like that, because it's that kind of thing. And I bet you Run the Jewels have the similar bookings where they just go wherever they want because their fans will, whatever genre fans will still be into that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my recommendation. There's also a Christmas link to it, which I only remembered just before this podcast. So not last year, but I guess probably 2 years ago, they have a habit of releasing their albums for free. So they just you can just download them for free when they come out. You buy them if you want, but if you don't want to, they're just free. Here's a link, you can download it. So basically you can buy them I think that's just fucking awesome. It's just such a great way to get people to listen to it. And if they appreciate it, then they buy it. And they did it they sent the email out, I think it was like Christmas Day. Like basically, Merry Christmas, everyone. Here's our new album for free. Like, holy fuck, that's awesome. That was RCJ3.
I feel like you've brought up Run the Jewels before on this podcast, and you've done a recommendation, because that story sounds familiar. But that's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're brilliant. And also on their first album, they've got the last track on it is one of my favorite Christmas songs. It's loosely a Christmas song. It's called A Christmas Fucking Miracle, and it's amazing. What a fucking banger of a tune. Oh, yeah. That's nice. Number 2.
My second recommendation is, especially, I mean, hopefully it won't be the case much longer, but you never know. If you have local musicians or just musicians in general who support, there's a good chance they're doing live streaming gigs, whether they're free or paid for. Support those musicians because the government sure isn't doing anything about it, unless the news with that whole thing has changed now. I haven't paid attention because I've stopped looking at the news because it's really fucking depressing. Support local musicians, support musicians in general, support artists in general. I've had a lot of fun being part of the B-side stream. I've enjoyed watching Gaz and Jake. I enjoyed watching Frank Turner. I enjoyed watching Dave from Imi and countless others. It's a nice little sort of gather around, sit around the laptop, which we plug into the TV and watch the stream, donate where we can, because obviously I know everyone's a bit sort of, or many people are a bit hard out of pocket this year because of COVID. But even just to enjoy the music and show your support is really, I think they really appreciate it. And it's you might discover an artist that you didn't know before and you really like, and then you can go into whenever this is all cleared up and then you go see them live.
Excellent, love it. And also buy their shit on Bandcamp as well. Buy the stuff from them if you can. That's sort of another add-on. Because I mean, no one makes money from actually like selling albums on stuff like Amazon or anything like that. Well, they do a bit, but the record labels, everything. If you can buy it from their Bandcamp, then they're getting that because it's likely that they're literally posting it to you. Obviously, there's a scale to how big an artist is. Like, the Foo Fighters aren't fucking sending shit on Bandcamp. But for like guys like, Ben, Gaz or Jake or anything like that, the original trilogy, who also have a podcast as well now, by the way. So
yes, they do.
So if you're listening to ours, then you should also check out theirs. It's excellent. And
if you're listening to theirs, listen to ours.
Yes, that's the most important message.
Yeah.
We need to tell them that. Tell them to. Can we buy advertising time on their podcast?
I mean, I'll ask Ben about it.
Worth a try. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to say another little my One Punch Man mug. I've got a collection of anime mugs. So, like.
Got to mention anime at least once in a WINELADS podcast.
No, it wouldn't be. Well, my next recommendation is going to be an anime one. So, okay. Did you have an anime one planned, or?
I didn't actually. No, cool. My last one's a video game one.
Oh, cool. So mine's actually one that was originally a recommendation from you. So I've now watched. Right. Yeah. So because you made a reference on one podcast to it being from a anime, which I don't think we ever revealed. It was to do with your silly name at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. It was only afterwards that I told you what it was, yeah.
Yeah, and it was Sword Art Online. So I've now watched Sword Art Online, and it's fucking awesome. I was a bit unsure about it first because it's like set in a video game, and was set in like a VR game. So the issue with that is that it feels like there's no stakes because, like I said, I'd watched Overlord previously. And the problem is like, he was basically invincible in it, and you don't really feel any threat or danger. So there's nothing on the line when you're watching it. So it's just like a series of events that don't really mean anything. It was more about him just navigating this new world, which he was basically ruling over. So I didn't really connect very well with that one. Whereas Sword Art Online, there is I won't say what it is because I don't really want to spoil it, but the stakes are high enough for you to get invested in it. Everything they do in it does matter.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be such a spoiler because it happens in the first episode, and I think it's in the description.
Yeah, true. Well, basically, they're trapped in the video game world, and if they die in that world, they die in real life as well. So therefore, now it's all very real threat. They all have, and because it's in a video game, you can make all things like, power levels get a bit more mental. It's not just literally two people fighting with swords or something like that. There's so much more to it. You got all these extra little things which you couldn't do if it was just set in like medieval Europe or something like that. So yeah, it's a really cool one. You can watch series 1 and 2 and then the first film on Netflix, and then you can watch the first half of series 3 on More 4. So I finished that this morning.
Oh, I haven't spoken to you about what do you think about the late that series?
I like it. I think it's better than series 2 because I think series 2 was like series 1 because my wife's friend at work was telling her about it, so she already knew how good each one was from what he's saying. I completely agree with what a friend at work said. It was like series 1's like wham up there. Series 2, no, it's not, but it's all right. But and then series 3, like cool, you're going back up again.
Yeah,
but not nearly as good as the first one, but it's a vast improvement on the second one. In the second one, they tried to redo the same thing, but it didn't have the same appeal.
Yes, they tried to do the same thing, but they tweaked it enough so that it was different. But it was kind of like it didn't really work.
I mean, I did consider stopping watching it after a couple of episodes. Like, I'm not sure if I'm into this. I might just watch something else. And then I kind of stuck with it. And I'm really glad I did because they're only like 20-minute episodes. So it's not like you're investing a huge amount of time. But yeah, so I got through it. And then also the film was excellent. The first Sword Art Online film is really good. And it ties back into the first, as we were talking the other day from when I dropped something off at your house. I stood outside.
Yeah,
it was COVID safe. Don't worry.
Yes, and, we were socially distanced and everything like that. We take it very seriously.
And so it ties back into the first series and also has some bits of the second series as well. So it's a really good film. So really, it was like wham, right back up there again. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, because you get a lot of films like when the animes do like movies where they're non-canon. Like a load of the original Dragon Ball Z ones aren't actually canon to the story, which is why they did Dragon Ball Z Super, and it was like the reintroduction of Broly because all the Broly stuff is not canon, but now it is.
They did a much better job of Broly as well.
Me and you went to
the cinema to see that together.
Yeah, we did. It was awesome.
We had a nice little trip out, bought like massive bags of sweets and sat there really excited like children watching the Dragon Ball Z film. Or Dragon Ball Super film, sorry. I was a bit unsure about doing a Broly film because we've got 3 or 4 Broly films already. Like, did we need another one? It turns out we did because we needed a good one, and the other ones were just very generic.
Gave him so much more depth.
Oh yeah, he's actually a character you give a shit about Broly by the once really quickly in it. You actually care about what happens to him. Whereas the other one was literally just a thing that Goku and his friends have to defeat. That was all he was.
Yeah.
He was
like overpowered and insane or something like that.
Yeah, just like, I'm angry and I'm now just like really fucking strong. It's just hard to care about a bad guy that has no personality or anything like that. You need to be invested in the bad guy as well as it's even better if you can see it from their point of view. Like, the whole like how lots of people think, like, say Thanos was right. I get his argument. Like, in the Avengers and all that. So I think they set him up very well, like in that, because he actually has a point to what he's doing. It's not just a random act. Whereas Broly in that one was. Yeah,
and in Black Panther with Killmonger.
The worst fuck. Oh, maybe the worst. Didn't Jessica Jones had Kilgrave? Oh, for fuck's sake!
Kilgrave.
Just try harder. Just try hard. Any name, just a regular name would have been better than Kilgrave or Killmonger. Actually, Killmonger's worse.
Isn't it like Eric Killmonger or something like that?
But yeah, there's something like that. But the thing is, I'm actually on Killmonger's side. He was right.
Yeah.
He's the legitimate heir to the throne. Black Panther was the imposter. I wasn't as big fan of that film as everyone else anyway.
I liked it.
Just thought it lacked something. I don't know what it was. Some of it was really cool, but I don't know. I'm quite picky, so I just used to hit certain notes with me. I don't know. Again, I think it's partially because I thought the bad guy was actually the one in the right.
So you're rooting for the bad guy?
It may shock you. I quite often root for the bad guy, but no, absolutely with him. I think he was correct. But I guess they did do a good job in the fact in the sense that the thing that was wrong about him was that he went about it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
Had he come back in legitimate terms, it would have been a very dull film, I imagine. But for a film, it makes sense. But
it did classic Marvel where the bad guy is just the evil version of the hero.
Yeah.
He just had the Black Panther suit, but it's different. In all the Iron Man films, apart from the third one, it's just a bigger, eviler Iron Man that he has to fight against.
Yeah.
And I get that's probably because that's where like the comic origins they get from, because that's what it would have been. But it's just be like, come on, guys, use some fucking imagination. Like the only one kind of gets it right is Spider-Man, where all the villains are. Then it's not like an evil Spider-Man. But Captain America,
they did have a few. Wasn't it Man Spider?
They did have Man Spider. I had Phil Spider-Man.
Batman had Man Bat.
Yeah,
they do it sometimes, but at least know that you are right. They are more creative and have some different ones. Like well, they do pick things like in Spider-Man was was it the Scorpion? Because like a scorpion is a natural predator of a spider or some loose logic like that. Which admittedly that I'd rather that than just Spider-Man in a different outfit.
Yeah, well, exactly, yeah.
Which I think they also did. But anyway.
Also, a tie-in there, mentioning Black Panther to anime, a lot of people assumed that Killmonger's outfit was based on Vegeta.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, after this, go have a look and search up Killmonger Vegeta. And apparently it wasn't on purpose, or at least to his knowledge, it wasn't on purpose. But side by side, very Vegeta-y.
Oh, I'm on that as soon as we finish. Oh, excellent. Yeah, so that was my number 2. I've forgotten what it was. It felt. What was I talking? Yeah, Sword Art Online. What's Sword Art Online? Sword Art Online. I don't know where you'll get Series 3 Part 2. I mean, it's on the internet. I'll leave that up to your moral compass. Yeah, not recommending that. Not recommending it. There. It is available somewhere. Well, actually, probably somewhere like Crunchyroll, I imagine, has it. If you do a subscription to them or Funimation. No. No. Oh, they might have they might have the subbed version. They might have the subbed version. But I feel like they don't. It's a pain when you've been watching. Cause I spent ages not watching the Tournament of Power in Dragon Ball Z because I was waiting for the dub to come out. Because I've watched so many years of the dubbed characters, you get used to that voice. Yeah, it's like so I waited a bit longer than I should. Eventually, I caved and just watched all the subbed ones because I couldn't wait anymore. Yeah, and I'm fine with it, but it's usually whatever I start watching it in, I'll finish watching it. So if I start, there's only a subbed one, I'll watch that, and that's fine. I have an issue with it. But if I have, and also some dubs are terrible. I think we've been into this before, where I've watched like someone just the voice acting is just so shit. That Bleach. I'm not as bad. I'm admittedly the subs, the original language is way better. Bleach has got good voice actors in it. There's some voice actors I really like who do a lot of video games and anime. Johnny Ongbosh does Ichigo, and he's in lots of stuff. And he can be quite good, but he can be a little bit hammy. But the thing with Bleach was that it was like we got to a point where when it was like big brawls, someone the bad guy would say something, or even the good guy would say something, and the person they're fighting would be like, "What did you say?" And the response was always, "Huh, that's funny. I thought you would have heard me. Let me explain it again for you." It's like, for fuck's sake, just kill it. Someone throw a pie. It's probably timed at the advert break. Or for the pan across when it's like got one on one side. And it pans across the other to show the gap between them, Then a split screen. Yep. Close up the eyes. Yep. Love it. Nice. Let's do another one. We'll do it. I'd love to do just like let's do an anime episode. Yes, we should do. To be honest, not that far different from other episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
But it'll say anime and stuff. Anyway, is it number 2 for you?
Number 3 for me.
Number 3. Oh, that was my third.
Yeah.
Cool. Right.
Yeah. So my third recommendation is, I think I might have recommended this before, but I'm going to recommend it again because of the time of year it is. So I dip in and out of, and this is only for if you're into gaming, you might be into this. I don't know if you will, but you're not necessarily into gaming. I don't know. So I play Final Fantasy 14 online. I play it. It's one of those online games where it doesn't force you. You don't have to speak to people. If there's like a dungeon or a raid that comes up, it groups you with people of the right class, and you just run it together. You don't have to chat. You can just do it, and then you move on. And it's got enough of a story to keep you interested in it. But around this time of year, and I forget what they call it, but when you go into like the hub spaces, because when you start out as a character, you've got like one of 3 like cities you can start in, or states you can start in, and they have like their capital city, and they all dress up for Christmas time, and there's like specific like a Christmas quest, but it's not Christmas, it's called like the festival of something, but it's cool, and you get to see all like the Christmas trees done up in game, and you can do like special quests, get special items, and it's a lot of fun. I really like it, but I love Final Fantasy and I like that sort of thing. So yeah, I haven't been on it for a while, but I have installed it on my new PS5.
Nice.
And so I'm going to play on that a bit. But yeah, no, that'd be, and it's also good if you do want to play it and you do want to like join a clan and stuff. For a time like this, it's pretty good for like chatting to people. It's good if you know other people who play it, and so you can like meet up with them in game and go and do quests and stuff, and choose your class and your armor and make yourself look all cool and badass. And hopefully, I mean, it's not VR, so hopefully you won't get stuck in there. And some crazy guy turns around and is like, "You're gonna die if you die in the game," because if that's the case, I'd be dead by now.
You can stay in the safe city. Sorry, spoilers. So, good tips.
Yeah, good tips. There are three recommendations each from both of us for this holiday season.
That is 6 recommendations for those counting at home or struggling to count at home. Maybe do some counting if that was an issue. Learn to. Oh, that's fancy handwork you're doing there. Holy fuck!
No.
It looks like I've got this Christmas badge. Sorry, this is terrible for anybody listening to this. I'll open this now, actually. I got it last year, but I only just like found it. I must have put it aside and forgotten about it. So it's this little guy. Focusing, there we go.
Oh, cool. It's like a creepy monster man.
Yeah, I don't actually know what it's from. I feel like I should know, but I actually don't. So I don't know what it's from.
Nice. Well, I hope everyone's enjoying the Dragon Ball Z Advent Calendar. I'm going to do today's one straight after we've finished filming this, which will be soon. So, who's it gonna bloody be?
It's Dragon Ball Z, isn't it?
It's Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's not Dragon Ball Super. There's been a lot of duplicates so far, but like it'll be like one of them has a glossy finish. There's the 2 Great Ape Vegetas. One of them has a felt head. One of them doesn't.
Yeah, because they've doubled up. I feel like that's a mistake, and I would have liked to have seen some other ones. Like I would love to see King Yemma.
Okay.
So he's like the boss of like the Snake Way. So he like decides who goes and keeps their body and who just stays as a cloud and stuff like that.
Oh, I'm thinking of I was thinking of King Kai and
I want King Kai. I love King Kai. He's fucking great.
I've got King Kai's there.
I was gonna say I thought you'd already had him, so I can't remember.
Yeah, I might get a shiny one. But I'm guessing because I figured it was going to do like all the Saiyans that come and attack. So I'm I got Nappa, didn't I? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I love Nappa.
I got Raditz. I assume Frieza's going to be in there at some point.
Frieza should be like at the end, I think.
I reckon he's going to come in at the end.
Should have Frieza at the end. Cell, that Cell. You could have like 3 or 4 different cells.
Yeah, that's true.
They
could cheat and give me the different form Friezas though as well.
Oh, I'd love that. And they, just in the build up to Christmas, you get this form of freezer, then the next form of freezer, next form of then final.
You
freezer.
fool! This isn't even my final form.
They should give you. I mean, they can't because it's the Australian Wars, but it'd be nice if you had golden freezer as Christmas Day.
Well, Christmas freezer. It's
Christmas
green with lights.
Cool. Let's wrap it up. Thank you, everybody, for watching or listening to this all year long. If you have been, if you're new here, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll probably do a few more ones like this because it's been quite good. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, definitely. And it's I mean, it's nearly been a full year of WINELADS, so thank you for those who have stuck with this. Hopefully next year we'll bring many more visitors to us, and then we can consume the world. I mean, bring you great content.
Yes, that's what he meant. Yes. Yeah, thank you. As always, I've been Boomer.
And I've been slightly annoyed at the beginning of this episode, but much better for now that I've had this episode because I got to chat with Boomer and have a lovely time. But my friends call me Can, and you can too. And the reason I was pissed off was because I've had a hard day's work with my actual job, and the other 2 days, a hard week. I'm rambling. I'll stop.
It's all good. See you later, everybody.
See ya.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.